Hello, hello, hello. Hello, guys. Happy Thursday. Hope all is well. Hope everyone's week has been going good. Excuse me. Yep, I'm tired again this week. Um, but I will say that I've been proud of myself this week. Been keeping up with my gym goals. Been keeping up with that. I go like 4 times a week. I still try to do some exercises at home as well. So I've been doing that lately. My son has been sick on and off, up and down. When kids is in school, you just never know who in their class, where they from, what their people do at home, with germs going back and forth. Like you just never know. So I've been nursing him back to health this week, and it was another week out, another week off. What week is this? Yep, even last week I had to cancel some signings because my son got sick. Like I said last week, what was it last weekend? Took him to the ER and everything. Took him to the doctor's appointments, and you know, that's life. That's life. But yeah, man, because like now he's coughing a lot, so it is what it is, right? God, thank God for still being able to move, still being able to do, regardless of what happens. Um, on my other Instagram page, I was talking about pivoting and just saying, like, are you able to pivot if something happens to you? Something that was designed to like take you out, like take you off course. I'll take it like that. But if something was designed to like take you off course, would you be able to pivot? Like, would you be able to move around or solve that problem to keep going on course? And so that's definitely something I've been thinking about lately because I am the flexible parent. Um, I am the one who take off work. I gotta leave early or I can't take the signing, if my son needs me. And so I had to start thinking of more passive ways to start making money. And I am in Indiana, and so with Ron, it ain't really popping like that. It's remote online notarization. It ain't really popping like that, at least not where I'm at. So I'm gonna still get some things going. I got something in the works. It's been out for a little bit, but you know, just trying to think, being able to pivot with whatever comes my way. So I don't know why I'm looking at this. This is my little to-do list for the week. I haven't even been able to get that done, but it is what it is. All right, people. We here, but Think and Grow Rich, chapter 6 through 10. These are just some of the things that I pulled out that I thought could be relevant to being entrepreneurs, business owners. Yeah, so let's get it popping. All right, chapters. Oh, that's my hair. Chapter 6, Imagination, the Workshop of the Mind. So, according to the author, this is where all plans are created, right? When you think about things, like, oh man, I just came up with this cool plan. And so he continues to say the only limitation we have as humans is through development and use of imagination. So, as us grown folks, we don't often think of our mind and our brain as imagination. It's more of a kid like thing, like, oh, use your imagination, plan and whatever the case is. But as adults, we still have it. We think about our future house, our future car, just our future in general, and we are tapping into our imagination. All right. So the author says there are two forms of imagination. The first one is synthetic, which is based off experience, observation, and education. And it comes in forms of old concepts, ideas, or plans. So the second one is creative imagination. This is where hunches or inspiration derive from, like the new idea. Like, you know what? I just thought about putting ice cream into a cone. Oh my gosh. Like, that's your creative imagination, right? So the creative imagination works if you keep it in use. And I thought that was a pretty neat thing to say because sometimes we can get just stuck wherever we at. We can get stuck. We can just start to just get into a routine, get into a routine, and you're not thinking about the future. You're not thinking about tomorrow. You're just thinking about, let me get through today and I'm done. Like, let me get this done so I can go home and go to sleep and then I'll be okay. So, an example of the creative imagination. Well, the mind is stimulated through the emotion of strong desire. So, think about when you have a burning desire to get further ahead of life, you're going to use your mind to think of how you can move further. Like, you know what? I'm trying to be here in 5 years. So what can I do to get to here in 5 years? Like, what steps can I take? What things can I come up with? What side hustles can I, do to save up this money for this? So that's you using your mind, keeping your mind in use. And honestly, like I say, these chapters are very in depth. He talks about different things throughout these chapters. So this isn't the only thing that he talked about. However, again, I'm just putting out things that I feel are relevant and things that I feel like we can use and we can think about. All right. And two, I don't want this to be too long because this is 5 chapters. We're not going to talk about every little thing that he's suggesting or talking about. Okay. So, chapter 7, organized planning, the crystallization of desire into action. Like, I'm thinking about it, I got the plan, but how can I turn this into action? Okay. So, the author is saying planning your idea has to be sound. If not, the idea will fail. It's very simple. You need to have a sound plan. You need to think your plan all the way through. I mean, it kind of goes to your business plan. What are my strengths? But what are my weaknesses? If this happens, will I be able to protect myself? Will I be able to protect my business, my employees, my products, things like that? Okay, you need to have a full sound plan. All right. And so when we do start planning and start putting our plans into action, there will be failure. Okay. There will be failure, regardless of how sound it may be. It can still sometimes fail. But this is a nice little quote. Temporary defeat is not permanent failure. I'll put that in the chat so you can look at it later. Temporary defeat is not permanent failure. Temporary. Oh, hold on. So that means if I fail at this, even with a sound plan, like, dang, I thought I did good. I thought I had this bulletproof plan, and it ain't work. That don't mean that it's going to be like that if you try it again. So the author, he goes to talk about persistence. It's very important because through persistence is when you see what needs to change, and then you're able to change accordingly, and then try again and again and again and again until you succeed. But I know for, again, a lot of us, this is our first business, first time kind of taking that leap of faith. And we're like, man, we just need this to work. We want this to work. But, like, dang, it's been some slow months. This ain't working, man. This is not working. This ain't going how I'm playing. I ain't able to pay my bills. I'm quitting. I'm done. Mm-mm. You got to keep on going. You have to keep trying because in businesses, they give themselves some years, but I don't feel like you should do that. I feel like you got to keep going. Like, you know what? We messed up here. I see the problem. So let's see if we can fix this really quick and then see what happens. You got to be able to pick it up and keep it moving. There's no such thing as quitting. It's a quote: "A quitter never wins, and a winner never quits." I'm gonna put that in the chat for y'all too. A quitter never wins, and a winner never quits. Never quits. Okay. So again, going back to persistence. Everybody, they see the wins, they see the victories, they see the social proof going on, but they didn't see the long nights, the early mornings, the sleepless nights. They didn't see that. They didn't see the failure. They just see, oh man, they doing that thing. They got this, they got that. Nope, nope, nope. We're gonna fail. That's life. That's a part of life. That's how we, get our grit. That's how we just build up our persistence. That's how we build up our desire because we want to see this plan succeed. At least if that's what you say that you want. All right. So chapter 8. This is going by fast, right? But it's good. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. All right. So chapter 8. Decision. The mastery of procrastination. Excuse me. So first off, when I seen this title, I was like, man, like you about to start talking to me because I procrastinate quite often, like too much, especially being that I've been procrastinating for a long time. I still do it, and it's starting to make me sick because I know better and I know I should be doing better, but I still fall into that trap. So when I seen this, I was like, okay, he about to talk to me. However, he didn't talk too much about procrastination. He was just saying how you can master procrastination. And he's saying you can master procrastination by decision making. Okay. And these are just a few bullet points because this one went a little bit different. So give quick and definite decisions. Don't wait. Don't, think on it. No, you need to be able. Hey, Jack. Hey, girl. You need to be able to just be like, all right, look, we're going to do this. Pivoting. Basically, you need to be able to make quick decisions at any given time. Okay, the next one. Don't be persuaded by other people's opinions, especially when it comes to your ideas or plans. Now, look, when I seen that, I said that's going to be talking to a lot of people too because people, they're going to talk all day. They're going to talk all day. And you getting advice from people who ain't started nothing, who probably started something but ain't finished nothing, who ain't got no idea about nothing, just miserable people, bitter people. Nope. Don't even. Honestly, we're gonna get to that a little bit later, but don't even start telling people your plans. Just show them. You're about to speak negativity into what I'm trying to do. So again, right, the next one, stop telling everybody your business because not everyone will get it. Not everyone will understand. You're like, oh no, that ain't gonna work. How you know it ain't gonna work? I just know it ain't gonna work. That looks like a good idea. Like I hate to hear stuff like that. I hate to hear stuff like that. And then too, why you should stop telling everybody your business because someone might steal your idea. Someone can steal your idea really quickly. And you're like, dang, I just told them what I was trying to do and they end up doing it. And guess what? They probably had the means to do it. And they just took your idea. And now what you gonna do? You can't sue them. Why? Because you ain't started it yet. That's how it is. Another little gem he was saying, listen more than you talk, especially when you're going into these different rooms. Listen. Just listen and use your brain and like soak in everything that's going on. That can kind of help you out, whatever your plan you have. And again, show the world first, then explain it later. They're like, dang, how you do that? I'll show you. I'll give you the game plan. But I want you to see me do it first. I want you to see me do it. Okay. So the last one for chapter 8. My baby boy is awake for sure. Those who reach decisions promptly and definitely know what they want and generally get it. So, question, do you know what you want? I'll put that in the chat so y'all can at least look at it, think about it. Do you know what you want? Hey, hey, hey. Do you know what you want? Do you know your purpose? Now, a lot of people don't know their purpose in life, and that's fine, but do you know what you want out of life? What's your plan? How will you get it? How will you get what you want? There's some things to think about. Just some things to think about. Do you know what you want? And again, if y'all really go and read this book, I want you all to start writing those plans down while you're reading it. Make it plain, but make it very specific. Make it very specific. All right, going to chapter 9. We almost out of here. I promise. Unless my guys is jumping in, then y'all know we're going to be talking for a while. But I'm going to try to make it pretty quick. Chapter 9, persistence. So we're going to continue to talk about persistence, the sustained effort necessary to induce faith. So the author was saying, without persistence, you will be defeated before you even start. Because you think you just got one try. I'm like, all right, look, I got this one try. We're going to see what's going on. If this don't work, I'm going to move on to something else. Then that ain't your plan. That ain't your purpose. If you can come up with something and put all this effort and time and money into something, and then the first time it don't work, you're done with it, that ain't your purpose. You need to rethink that. Rethink it. But he says, with persistence, though, you will win because you have that burning desire to say, look, we about to make this work. We about to make this work. I don't care what happens. I don't care how much money it's going to cost, but we got to make this work because I believe in it. I feel it. I know this is going to be big. I know what's going to happen. So you got to have persistence ahead of time so that you can go through those stages and just succeed. But again, a lot of us don't have it. So I have a question. Can you discipline yourself to be persistent? I know I'm moving a lot, but my back been itching like crazy. And my hair itch. I need to wash my hair. But for real though, can you discipline yourself to be persistent? What will help you become more persistent? And be real with yourself. Like, is it the things that you're consuming, social media, just taking a break from that, not being around certain people with their negative thoughts? And honestly, y'all, when you start changing your mind, when you start thinking, differently, you like, man, these people I'm around, they ain't really been shit. Like, you be so surprised, like, I've been listening to this for so long, but you didn't know nothing else. You didn't know no different. And you just like, man, I gotta leave up out of this situation because this ain't it. This ain't it. Okay, so think about this. The author touched on those persons, and we've seen them in life. Those who rose to the occasion, they seem ready and determined, but they failed. Right? We see a lot of them. And back in the day, we seen those movies where you see the guys on the corner. They still singing on the corner. But they forgot their dream. They never rose again. They never just tried again. They said, we're just gonna sit here on this corner. We ain't gonna go up to Motown. We're just gonna keep on singing. Mm-mm. Like I don't want you to be that person. I don't want to be that person. Are you going, is your plan worth it to keep on going at it, to keep going at it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? All right, y'all. Chapter 10, Power of the Mastermind, the Driving Force. So back in chapter 6 or 7, the author talked about having a mastermind with like-minded individuals. And basically just having like he called it a mastermind. I guess we would call it something different. We would just be like, hey, let's link up. Let's have like a group session or something, just talk about business and all that type of stuff. But I didn't even get a chance to read all that. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, but we're gonna still skip over it. So just even thinking about being around like-minded people, who are you all hanging around with? Who is giving you advice? Who is giving you criticism? Who is pouring in you? Or who is draining you? Or is it a what? We always think about people draining us and, being negative, but what are we watching? Are we reading? Are we expanding our mindset? What about food? The food draining us. We're not eating healthy as we should. I don't know. What is it? What is it? What is it? Yeah, I really feel like I got bit on my back. Like, it's crazy right now. It's crazy. But for real, we need to really think about who our circle is. Who is our tribe? Like I just touched on, we grow with people because of where we're at, because of where we live, But that don't necessarily mean that they're going to be the same people we grow with. And it's going to be hard when you start losing people because you're like, man, that's my dog, that's my sis, that's my bro, da da. But sometimes they're not going to rock with you. They're not going to always rock with you, especially if you're going in a different direction as them. Those might be some of the people that's going to start hating on you. Like, oh man, she about to do this. That ain't going to work. I know it ain't. I know her. It ain't going to work. Mm-mm. We have to definitely watch who we hanging around, who we're pouring into. We really need to start. Hey, y'all just popping on in. Hey, y'all. But it's so real. We have to really watch who we are associated with, who we do business with. We have to start watching out for social media, how long we're on social media. Oh, girl, I'm introverted as well. Man. But you know what? I don't mind being around people who I can vibe with. If I can just, you feel energy and things like that. But if I can just vibe with them, I don't even mind chilling. I don't mind hanging out. But you just know that you can't hang out with everybody. That's the sad part. And we see more people following trends than anything. So it's really hard to figure out who's really real and who's not. And who's not. But I will say for me, being in Evansville, I only got like one friend here really. And that's starting to change a little bit too. No tea, no shade. But um sometimes you might even have to be by yourself for a while. That's just what it is. Yes, baby. Yeah. So sometimes you might have to be in a situation where you by yourself for a little bit. And that's okay too. That's okay too. No, baby, lay down, okay? Um, but like I said, that but as far as like being a notary down here, me and some other women, we are definitely excuse me, we definitely have connected a few times, and so that's been really nice. I mean, you really got to just kind of put yourself out there to just see who's out there, see what tribes or just trying to see what type of people are out here. I mean, that's the only way that we can actually find our crew. You know what I'm saying? But That's the only way. Because honestly, if Titus, baby, lay down, okay? I know, but it's bedtime, okay? Mm-hmm. I know, baby. Good night. He be wilding. Like he really be playing on my little heart. Yes, one true friend. She's 800 miles away. I know it. Like I say, my friends are in Detroit, Indy, Georgia. My cousins in North Carolina. Hmm. Yeah, like I say, it be like that though. It be like that. Um, and honestly, this has been like my first year of feeling loneliness. Like I've never felt just like, oh man, I'm by myself. Da, da, da. Mm-mm. I'm that type of introvert where I'd be like, I'm good. Ain't nobody gotta be here. Like I could start doing cartwheels because ain't nobody here. Like I like that type of peace, that type of solitude. But I really felt that this year, or this past year. I was like, dang, this ain't no cool feeling to have. But I'm like, maybe I need to be in this mind space or in this space period for a reason. Maybe I need to get myself together. Maybe I need to start disciplining myself for what's next. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't always that bad. It ain't always bad, you know, you know. But yeah, man. Before I was a notary, before I actually started, I was like, man, I don't know if I should become a notary because I don't like talking to people, like especially strangers. I don't like small talking, none of that. But I was like, you know what? I really need to do this. And it's more than just for the money. Like I really want to start something that can last and something that can go into other areas that I want to pursue. So I had to get over that fear of just talking to people. And thank God my experience so far has been really pleasant. I've only had one instance where I was like, I ain't feeling that. But it wasn't even direct. So, it wasn't horrible. I get my stamp tomorrow. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Yes, honey. Let's get that stamp. Like, boop, boop, boop. Um, that's good. Congratulations. 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 And y'all, when y'all really get out there and it start becoming like second nature, you're gonna be like, I should have started this shit a long time ago. Like, I'm like, where has this been hiding? For real. I should have started this a long time ago. Um, but yeah, man. I hope this was good. I hope this was a good session. Like I said, I've been trying to read this book for like the past few years. My third time trying to read this book straight through. And it got some good gems. It's just when we read these older books, sometimes it can just be so blah. But I'm really trying to push through. I'm almost done. Next week I'm gonna do chapters 11 through what did I put? I think it's 16. I'm gonna do that next week. So hopefully you all really get a chance to read this book. Because a lot of at least the people who I follow on Instagram, they're really into this book. They're really incorporating into their strategies and stuff like that. So the book is Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich. Like I said, this was back in like 1950s. It's definitely older book. But two, look on my Instagram. I have a little reel about downloading an app called Libby. And it's basically once you sign up and all that, you can use your library card wherever you're from and you can start checking out books that way. You ain't gotta go to the library. You can just put your library information in there and rent the books out. Real easy, cheaper, all that good stuff. So and it's called Libby, Libby. But like I say, it's definitely an older book and it's a little repetitive too. I don't like repetitive books, but it's worth the read. Once you get past all that, you can definitely push through. Yep. Okay, for sure. Yep. Yep. Now I just downloaded a few things. Like, all right, let me get this. Let me get that. And like I say, I really do this because, excuse me, I don't know what's going on in my throat. Because I really want to be accountable for starting this group and starting this book club. You know, sticking to it, but also for me because I love reading books, but I haven't been reading books in like the last 4 or 5 years or something like that. Like I just fell off. So I'm like, you know what? I really want to get back into reading. I really do. So excuse me. That's why I do this. Whether people hear, whether they ain't, whether they replay it, whatever the case is, I definitely try to make sure I'm still here and all that stuff. You know, if I must, the LLC or rush my nurse, every business name. Mm, yeah. I mean, registered like how though? That's the only way that you can really keep people from having it. Now, some people they are sole proprietors. You can do it like that. Just use your name. It's really up to you. But if you really want to keep your name in the state of, wherever, not here, but Kentucky, I believe. Um, yeah, you definitely want to register it. I'm not sure how much it costs in Kentucky though. I'm not sure. I know here's in Indiana it's like $99. But yep. But like I said, some people are sole proprietors. Um, and for them it's just easier as far as getting the money. You ain't gotta be like, oh, let me separate my money, do this and that. It's just really up to you. But yeah. If you want to make sure you got your name, go ahead and register it. Because you'd be surprised how many people come up with the same names. You're welcome, hon. You are very you are very welcome. Because I remember when I was starting this process, man, I was just it's weird because it's like you seeing all this information, like, oh yeah, become a notary. Once you start, you like, there ain't nothing really specific per state. It was like a lot going on. I'm like, I'm on different sites. I think I signed up with American, who was it? It was like the AAN, American Association of Notaries. Now, nobody ever mentioned them at all, ever. I went through them. I mean, it wasn't a bad situation. It was just, it wasn't the information I was receiving from, everybody else. Oh, the NNA. But yeah. Yep, I would definitely register it. I even seen in the group, it wasn't a notary group, but some people were saying that they register their business names just because they have an idea for like something later. I thought that was interesting. Like if you don't want nobody to take your stuff, go ahead and register it. You know it's gonna be real big. Trademark it if you got the money, because best believe trademarks about 250, 350 depending on, and then it takes so long. And if it's rejected, you gotta pay that again. And you'll probably pay more money because you'll have somebody else doing it. I follow this lady on Instagram. She does trademarks like, is it 1,500, 2,000? Is the services are definitely up there. It might be more though, honestly. It might be more. So when I say businesses are definitely in investments, it definitely is. It's so much. Tag here. Inspection. Man, okay. For real. Honestly, I wish the field inspections were a little bit more extensive here. It's not. I don't really see that. Because I mean, it's so much money. Like I became a notary in August. I didn't become a loan signing agent until like December. Like I had to get my money up. It was just, and then the pandemic was going. My husband wasn't working. I was a stay at home mom, so I ain't getting no income. I had to wait. Yeah, NNA is good. Yeah, as far as starting a business for sure. Because I feel like even like state tests, like for Indiana, for example, They just want to make sure you know certain things, but it's not very in depth. Mm, like okay, I just want to make sure you ain't out here, messing up these papers. Other than that, go about your business. But yeah, the internet is definitely getting more involved into like the business side of things because again, a lot of people are becoming notaries at a higher rate now. So yeah. Who do you all follow for notary courses? Not so much as far like just who's who, but like as far as like notary courses, who all are you have you been looking at? Um Mark Wheels, Vanessa Terry with Notary to Notary, the Notary Institution. Who else got a course? Bill Soroka with Notary Stars, I think. Hmm. I feel like those four are really, really good. Really, really good. Oh, what's that lady name? Notary Agent Basics or something like that. I forgot her name though. She in Texas. I feel like Daniel Lewis. Okay, you know what? Yep, Indiana. Mm-hmm. I heard he's very informative, very knowledgeable. But I feel like with his website, I don't know, it's not that user friendly maybe. But I don't really see a whole lot on him as far as like with a YouTube. I don't really see too much on him for YouTube. But I heard for sure as far as like the title producer's license, I heard definitely go through him because he will definitely give you the information that you need. When I went through Real University, I don't know what they was talking about. I was just happy I didn't have to take a test. Honestly, I was just tired of taking tests. I was just like, okay, it's a lecture style. You go through, sending your information, fill out another application. Of course, you got to pay for it, but then you're done. But I heard he's really good. He be at some of those Indiana meetups too, when they travel throughout the state. I haven't been to one yet, but I want to go to one. I want to go to one. They were just in Fort Wayne this past weekend, but I really want to go to one for sure, for sure, for sure. I think he's asleep. I think he's asleep. I think he's asleep. Do you all have kids? Do you ladies? Oh, no, I heard him. Do you ladies have kids? I would definitely want to talk to people who got kids who be trying to not trying but who moves, as a notary, as a business owner, like how is that affecting, their schedule, their mommy time, significant others, how does that affect their time? It'd be a lot going on. For sure. I got a dog over there. She sleep over there. Oh, you see her? She right there. Yeah. Even that, I'd be like, girl, I can't play. I gotta do some work. I can't be playing right now. 20-year-old girl. Okay. The quality of guys out now is just it's unfortunate. Let me say that. I see it. I'm married, whatever, but you can still see like, like mm-mm, nope. That's good. 20-year-old girl. Huh, Ismar, how old is you? You look good. You look real young. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, my son is 5. He'll be 6 this year. Um, like I talked about it earlier when I first hopped on. 45. Oh, girl, you look good. 45. Okay. Um, so I was saying earlier when I first hopped on, like I'm the flexible parent because my husband works seconds. Um, Man, it's been rough this whole month. Like I had to cancel signings because my son, he was sick. You welcome, girl. He's been sick on and off. things come through, I just gotta cancel it. I be a little shitty, I ain't gonna lie, but I'm like, my baby need me. You know what I'm saying? I am thankful I do have that cushion or that something to fall back on my husband's income. But baby, if I didn't, I'd be like, all right, I gotta make something else shake. And I would hate for that to have to happen. But it can definitely be tough. It can definitely be tough. Just trying to balance all that. Because when he gets home from school, no more entrepreneur. I cut it off. I'm straight in full mommy mode. And then in summer, my schedule is about to really change. I'm gonna only be open from 8 to 12. So y'all pray for me. But I think I'm gonna try to do a lot of general notary work a lot this summer. I'm gonna really get back into that a little bit more deeply, and just kind of get it going, get it popping this summer, even on a tight schedule like that, on a real tight schedule. Um, yeah, man. Yes, yes, yes. Like I said, ladies, in Evansville, it's me and three other black ladies that we've connected already. We've already connected and everything. You feel lost? Where you feel lost at? What part do you feel lost as far as being a notary? Because I'm telling you, once you do your first one, you'll be like, "Is that it?" It's gonna really be like that. I think I've only been stumped one time because I was doing like a company instead of just a person. Other than that, mm-mm. It's once you know the difference between an acknowledgement and jurat, I feel like anything that you receive will be pretty easy. Be pretty easy. So let me know. Of course, prepare me to do it. Mm-mm. It don't. Like I said, you're really just taking a test so that the state can be accountable in some aspect. But the courts don't prepare you to do nothing. Mm-mm. Even with like the loan signing training, I took Mark Wheels. I just felt like with him, I was like missing out on something. How you be like, dang, he really popular. I don't want to take them because I don't know if they're this popular either. You just would feel like you fear, was that FOMO, fear of missing out. And he's a good teacher, but he's real straight to the point. So if you don't learn like that, I would definitely suggest taking somebody else's course. But you won't know until you really get out there and do it. You really don't. Follow what's her name? Kimmy, Kimmi on YouTube. She's very thorough and she's very straight to the point. She got some really good examples of general notary work, just about almost everything, honestly. She's really good. She's really good. She got a really good spirit. I like her. Kimmy. I feel like it was a Kimmy the Notary. I don't know. I think it is. But she's real good. Let me see. I think it's Kimmy. Okay, it's Notary Life with Kimmy. Hmm. I think she just started doing podcasts and stuff too. Yep, Notary Life with Kimmy, Kimmi. She's like I said, she's real good, very straight to it, straightforward. She gives good examples, and I'm telling y'all, general notary work is so fast. It's so fast. You are so welcome, hon. You're so welcome. A lot of times, I feel like I be stumbling over my words a lot because I be thinking of how I'm supposed to say it, and then I'll be like, I still say something else, and so I'll be stumbling over my words and all that stuff. So I don't really get into like examples and stuff like that when it comes to my videos. But again, that's like the shyness, that I have, my introvertedness and all that extra stuff. And I'm starting to think I got ADHD. Um, when you start seeing different symptoms, you be like, bruh, I really feel like I got it. Unfortunately, I don't like claiming stuff like that, but It would make a lot of sense, honestly. It would definitely make a lot of sense. So yeah. Yes, man. I think he sleep for real, for real. I don't hear nothing. I don't hear no tablet on, so I think we good. I think we good. But but yes, I'm about to end it real quick. Like I said, next Thursday I'll be back on here. I'm gonna finish the book off because I'm ready to start reading something else. So, if there's any books that y'all want to read, let me know. Start, googling some different ideas of something that we can read. Um, because next month I want to get into something new. I really do. I'm done with Think and Grow Rich. Like, okay, you gotta think it, do it. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be reading chapters 11 through 16. We're just gonna finish the book off and be done. So let me know next week what y'all want to read, and we go from there. Okay, Mocha. Like she was super loud doing all that. She's like, I don't want to hear all that. But no, thank you, ladies, for joining me tonight. I really appreciate y'all. And for real. Hopefully we can link up for real. I hope we can all link up one day. That would be boss. I really will look forward to that. So, oh, thanks, hon. So if that's it, I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all next week. And good night, people.